Hey, hello everybody, welcome back. It's MtG Flashback.
Magic.
So this is the last hurrah for the Season Walkers deck. Even if it can pull off a victory, which in this particular matchup I don't think it can, but even if it somehow manages to, then next week's video will be the top 2 that you vote for. So speaking of which, we'll give the results of last week's poll. We had 195 votes as of the time of filming this.
So close to 200.
Yeah. We just keep steadily going up. So let's see if we can break 210.
210.
Let's see if we can break 210 next week. So anyway, the results of that. The bottom one, Green Weenie, 32. I'm really sad about that one.
Yeah.
Because that's one of my favorite decks. But that's okay. Red Green Tron, 34.
Just so close.
Yeah.
Just 2 votes off.
Yeah, I know.
If they were tied, though, I don't know. We haven't planned for that.
Toss them both. Get some new blood. I don't know. Demigod Dredge, 44. Always in second place. Always a bridesmaid.
Never the bride.
And Puresteel Combo with an overwhelming victory of 85 votes.
Yes.
So that's what you're playing today.
Puresteel Paladin.
So next week, your options again, probably for the last time, Demigod Dredge. We'll probably toss it out next week if it doesn't get voted for because...
Just never make it.
Yeah, it just can't get it done. Red Green Tron will be returning, and your other 2 options are going to be Merfolk and Living End. So Demigod Dredge, Red Green Tron, Merfolk, and Living End. Vote in the straw poll link.
Yes,
that's down there,
down below.
And without further ado, let's have at her. Alrighty, game 1. You of course get to go first. Challenge your deck.
Yosh. Got a reveal?
Yep, go ahead.
That's what we're working with.
And for me, pretty standard sort of hand. That stuff. We'll see where it leads.
You've seen quite a few opening hands from that deck.
So. Yeah, you shouldn't be surprised by anything I'm doing on turn 1.
Flooded Strand. Crack that. We're just going to go all the way to 17.
I guess we don't need the storm counter yet. Maybe we do. Although if you kill me on turn 1 before I even get to put a land down, that'd be
crazy impressive. I don't know if you could construct a hand that could do that. Where is Hallowed?
It would involve something with retracts and...
There's Hallowed Fountain basically on top.
A Puresteel, retracts, and a bunch of 0 stuff. Enough that you could get Metalcraft with opals.
And then still have enough 0 drops left over to draw into a whole bunch of good stuff.
Yeah.
You probably need a second opal to cast that retract.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what a hand like that...
And then just chain 0 drops until you find a grape shot and then your third opal.
Yeah. Now, if the white artifact land from Mirrodin were legal, it'd be a lot easier to craft something like that.
Well, still, you can't replay that from a retract.
No. But it gives you just that and an opal and one other thing.
Sleight of hand.
Gives you Metalcraft and a Puresteel, and then you could dump the rest. You know?
I mean, we'll take that. I don't like having that on the bottom of the deck, but that's okay. It's better than in the hand. Sure go.
Okay, draw a card. Well, Windswept Heath. We're gonna fetch Forest. We're gonna play a Noble Hierarch. That's it.
That's it. That's all she wrote. Untap. Draw for turn. Well, we are going to go for Flooded Strand. Crack that going at 16. Whoop. And that's going to be the Sacred Foundry tapped.
Yep.
Enter go.
Oh, interesting. Draw a card. That's probably enough of those. Let's go for an Oath of Nissa. Top 3. Very unexciting stuff. I guess a Plains. It's actually kind of nice to have these on the bottom, I suppose. And then... play that Plains. Apparently playing against Blood Moon here. And we'll cast a Sylvan Caryatid. Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. We're going to go for plains.
Yep.
We're going to go for
3 mana.
a Monastery Mentor.
Ooh, that's a spicy one.
A Mox Opal.
I'll keep track of
a monk.
I'll keep track of Storm Count. I don't think you're going to storm
I don't
me.
think it's going to happen. And a Quarter Shield.
Okay.
That's another monk.
There's a lot of monks.
Some prowess triggers, but those aren't really relevant.
No.
I don't have a third one, so I don't have the Mox, so here we go.
Untap. Draw a card. Well, something a little spicier than that would be nice. Let's dig for it. Oath of Nissa. Keeping that one. Look at my top 3. Sarkin Bowl. Ooh. It's some spice, I guess. And I can cast it this turn, but I don't know how good that's going to be. So... Gonna play Yavimaya Coast. Since at least for Sarkin...
playing them, you just kind of lose them.
Yeah.
Assuming I can pump these at all.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Huh.
You wouldn't have any chumps.
I mean, I could steal Mentor and hit you for 2. That would be pretty spicy.
Yeah, that'd be, and then immediately die to the Monastery Mentor when it goes back for revenge.
Yeah. So I'm at 19. Still pretty safe. Let's tap like that. Go for another Caryatid. And I'll pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. We are going to go for the Serum Vision. So prowess triggers.
Yep.
Another monk. Draw a card. And scry 2. We're just not having good luck here.
I mean, you're assembling a little army.
I mean, yeah,
good.
We have this army, but I have somehow ended up with a very weird hand that unfortunately doesn't do anything.
But you got a 3/3 and 2 2/2s. 2 2
That
2s.
I do. So
it's fun to
the
say.
2 2s would just get blocked. So
that is true.
3.
I will take 3. Going to 16.
Enter go.
Since I can't really trade for that. Get rid of that. Draw a card.
He just seems as...
Well, that's okay, I suppose. Do I do it? I think so. Yeah, okay. We're gonna go for...
Could be anything.
a tap stomping ground. Just because now I think my life total is actually gonna matter. It's not that exciting. It's not that exciting, really. And then we will...
Playing a tapped is...
Go for? Yeah. Well, I mean, what am I gonna do with an extra 3? Johnny's the only 3-drop I have.
It's true.
Tamio, and she's gonna go up to 5, and I'm gonna say these 2 dupsters.
Whenever these 2 deal damage, draw a card. Okay.
Pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. Yes. Quarter Shield.
Boing.
Monk. Prowess triggers.
Yep.
So they all have +1.
It's...
I guess, yeah, they have a storm count, more or less. It might differ eventually.
I was just keeping track of prowess, not storm count.
Okay.
I figured if you were going to go for a storm win, you probably would have had it last turn. And
it's true.
Drawing 1 0-drop's not going to change it.
So,
maybe I'm wrong.
To cast Paradoxical Outcome.
That's a new addition to this deck.
Yes, it is a very good card for this deck. So we're going to return these 3.
Yep.
And draw 3 cards.
You also got a monk.
That I do.
Don't forget about that.
That's a second monk. 2 monks this turn. Because they're not attacking.
No.
And Mox Opal. Quarter Shield. Quarter Shield. Kite Shield. It's new and shiny.
Yeah.
Where's the 6?
I think you're going to need a bigger dice pretty soon if you keep this up.
Yeah, because I drew some weird cards before, so
yeah.
I'm just going to start chaining them. Here's a retract.
Oh. Oh my god. I might just be dead. That's insane.
Mox Opal.
Yeah.
7. I guess that's still the same. How many I have? I don't know why.
I guess if you play another creature, but yeah.
So, 3 more. That goes to 11. Here's a retract.
Oh my god.
So that's the 12.
Yeah, you're up to 12.
That's 16.
Yeah.
And here's a retract.
Seriously? Oh my god. Yeah, I'm just dead. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, I was like, oh wow, I just keep getting retracts, but I can never cast them, and this sucks.
So
and
you're
then
up
it was
to...
like, oh, here's finally the Metalcraft.
You're up to 21.
So yeah, they all get plus 21, and then there's a Plains.
Who needs an overrun?
Yeah. And swing.
Well, I'm gonna block the 2, and I think I will take
44.
44. Yeah. So that happened.
Who needs Puresteel Paladin?
What's on top here?
Here it is.
Nothing exciting.
Paradoxical outcome just seemed better.
Yeah. So that was a very strange game, and some very lucky draws. Anyway, so we're gonna go to sideboards, and we'll see you then. All right, sideboarding. So for me, I'll go first. That last game, he had a mentor kill, which really makes me want to bring in some of these wrath effects, but it's a lot more common to go for a grape shot kill with Puresteel Paladin than it is to
like that game. I didn't find that Puresteel Paladin until that paradoxical outcome, at which point I couldn't cast it anymore.
So in both scenarios, though, Path to Exile is pretty good, because if you only have one Paladin or one Mentor, dealing with that early is really good. Rest in Peace, essentially useless. Core Firewalker, essentially useless. The only red spell you have is Grape Shot,
and there's a single one.
I would only gain 1 life for that.
Yeah, unlike the other Storm Kill where I'm casting red spells repeatedly.
Spellskite can take a couple copies of Grape Shot, but I'm pretty sure that would kill me faster.
Yeah.
So really,
unless you have a whole bunch of mana open, that's not going to matter.
No. So Ancient Grudge and Natural State, these are kind of interesting because you have tons and tons of artifacts. The only one that really does damage is the cranial plating. So that's basically the only artifact that I'd want to kill. The rest are just 0-drops that don't really do anything and already get their value.
Yes.
So it's kind of pointless to take them. So instead of bringing in both, I'm just going to bring in the Ancient Grudge because it's the better of the two, one would assume. And then, so like I was saying before, with the armies, Wraths are enticing, but I think Detention Sphere kind of does the same thing, because if you poop out 20 million tokens, this can take care of all the tokens, and this can take out multiple Puresteel Paladins if you have that going.
And with Puresteel Paladin gone, you can't equip 0 all again.
Exactly.
It's harder to stack all up on one
thing.
So
I think I'm going in on those 4. And then I'll find what to take out, and you can explain what you're going to do.
As for you, the Edge Champions, these are basically for those matchups where they have a ton of removal, where you want to, stick a cranial plating on something that they can't deal with, and then beat face, but we don't really need those here. Monastery Mentor just feels the 3-drop better. Path to Exile, if he's making, dragons, which are like the only thing you'd want to path, it's not just 1 dragon. It's 20 or 30. So we don't need that. Spell Pierce, he has a lot of non-creature spells, so that seems obvious. Rest in Peace, that really doesn't do anything to him. Grafdigger's Cage is cute for Emrakul, but that's about it. Timely Reinforcements, that's more for fast aggro decks than anything. Disenchant, he happens to have this, one important enchantment that we'd like to get rid of. And Herkel's Recall is just replaces a Retract if we're facing another Affinity variant, because it's another, board wipe kind of deal for them. But that's not the case, so we don't need it.
So, you're going to put in those 4. I'm taking out pretty much the same ones I always take out. Nissa Vital Force, because it's just a dude. A Johnny, it's nice to have a 3, but...
I mean, you were keeping them in before, but you got the kitties.
That's true, I got the kitties, so he doesn't need to be in this deck anymore. Nicol Bolas, really expensive, this deck is fast. And taking out 1 Elspeth, now there could be an argument to be made to take out one of the other Planeswalkers that I have 4 or 3 of, but Elspeth just seems that it doesn't do enough to put me in a winning position. Like, even if I have a doubling season and I draw an Elspeth, making my dudes indestructible is kind of useless against a Storm Kill or an army.
Yes.
You can just go over it. So that's what I'm taking out.
As for me, I'm taking out my Glinthawks. Glinthawks are nice with Paradoxical Outcome because you can use like a Mox Opal to pay for them and then bounce the Mox Opal and play it again. But it doesn't really do too much other than that. Other than early enough it can attack his Planeswalkers if he doesn't have birds to block. And one Hercules. We have one in the main board as like the, I guess, 7th bounce all our artifact spells. And one Sleight of Hand. So we still have 5 1-mana things to dig through our library, but cutting one seems fine.
Yeah, seems reasonable. So, with that, we will see you in Game 2. Alrighty, Game 2. I'll show my hand. Now, this might look familiar, and it's because this is basically every single one of my opening hands. Go ahead.
As for me, I've got those.
Whoop. Okay. Bird go.
Bird go. Draw for turn.
Although I think last time I just had Hierarch, so it's slightly different.
Arid Mesa, crack. Going to 17.
Fetching something big and untapped already.
Hallowed Fountain. Eventually.
Once again, I'd like to apologize to the audience. I forgot that I'm wearing my leather coat, which makes all sorts of noises that'll probably pick up on the mic. So, that's great. Could just take it off, but that would require effort.
That would. And we're going to go for a bit of Sleight of Hand.
Ooh. I was expecting some visions.
So I think we're going to take that one. Put this on the bottom.
Cerumean visions.
And it is your go.
Untap. Draw a card. That's okay. Is that actually going to change anything? I don't think so. Cast an Oath of Nissa. Let's take a look at what we got. Nahidi. Something.
It is something.
And I can cast it a lot easier with that oath there.
That you can. I mean, you already have a birds, though.
That is true.
It's burb.
How terrified am I? Am I gonna die on turn 2?
I mean, probably not.
I mean, it was a rhetorical question, but you can. I guess you can answer it if you want. Yeah. Untapped, Temple Garden, for an 18, and a Sylvan Caryatid. I'll pass the turn. And if I die on turn 2, I'm going to be very upset.
Draw for turn.
With myself.
A Seachrome Coast.
Yep.
Enter go.
Ooh. Whew. Untap. Draw a card. Well, okay. Do I just do that then, I guess? Yeah, I think I do. Nahiri!
Which is going to get Spell Pierce.
Ah. Well, I didn't have the mana to pay for that anyway, so I'll pass the turn.
Untap. Draw for turn. Huh. That's not really getting us anywhere. It's your go.
One of these games, huh? Draw a card. Well, that's decent, I guess. Let's go for a Sylvan Caryatid. Pass the turn. Can't spell pierce
Draw
that
for
one.
turn.
Not that you
Probably
want to.
That almost gets us somewhere, but still not enough. But I don't want to discard. So here's a Mox Opal.
Sure.
Here we go.
Untap. Draw a card. So you have 2 spell pierces. And you used 1. And you have a lot of cards left in your library.
That I do.
So, the question becomes, how worried am I that you're just going to do it again?
So worried.
No worries. Delving Season.
Yeah, that resolves.
Pass turn.
And returning a Disenchanted.
Sure.
I forgot to mention, this art is great. It's Fat Man.
Oh, it is a Fat Man! I haven't actually seen that. That's wonderful. Sweet.
He just had his nice scepter,
Cool
and then
beans.
it just ceases to exist. He's like, oh no. Maybe it's a giant fork. We don't know. Draw for turn.
Could be. Could very well be.
I mean, that's pretty much exactly what we want to see. Here's a Seachrome Coast.
Yep.
And...
You got a paradoxical outcome, your Mox Elf pull back to your hand? Oh, jeez. Okay. Storm 3.
Storm 3. 4 mana for a paradoxical outcome.
Storm 4.
Picking up all of these.
Yep.
Drawing 4 cards. Those, they weren't too exciting. I think, however, we can go for a Mox Opal.
5.
We can go for these
7.
and a Serum Visions.
8. And I assume you're done, because
Draw a card.
I don't know what else you could do.
Scry 2.
With no
1
manas.
on top, 1 on the bottom, and it's your go.
Okay. Untap. Draw a card. Okay. Huh. Now what? I think... Play Tamio. Oh, sorry. No. I did that completely wrong. Play a
like,
Noble
wow.
Hierarch.
I was like, wow, that was a cheap Tamio.
No, play a Noble Hierarch. And then I'll play Yavimaya Coast. And then I'll play a Tamio using 4 mana instead of 1.
1 mana.
Let's see. She's gonna go up to 5. I'm gonna choose these 2 as my creatures.
Are you going to attack with that burb?
I might. I'm tempted. Still kind of worried about dying. This is probably the biggest tell in the world, but I'm going to pass the turn.
Untap. Yeah, if that doesn't tell me that you probably have a path, I don't know what will.
I mean, you probably should have guessed that last turn, too. But, that's okay.
Here, I think we shall go for a bit of Serum Visions again.
Yep.
So, draw a card.
Just in case.
Scry 2. That on top, that on the bottom. And double white for Puresteel Paladin.
2.
And then a Spider Silk Net.
Path and response.
And a Spell Piercing response.
Great. Storm 4.
Serum Visions found me the answer.
Of course it did.
So, Spider Silk Net resolves, draw a card.
Well, I'm almost burned through all your sideboard cards. Do you just play another?
Yeah. Spider
5.
Silk Net, draw a card. Paradise Mantle,
6.
draw a card. Flooded Strand,
Man, that's not a 7.
which can crack.
Yep. Go to 16.
And find... Fortunately, I think it's just going to be a Plains.
Alright.
And we can make him really big.
You can. And I think he probably has reach, too, right?
Yeah. He is a 2/9, or he is a 2/11 with vigilance and reach.
Yeah.
That
And he
can
can
tap
tap
for
for
color.
Not this turn.
Not this turn, because he is summoning sickness. So is your go.
Okay, well, let's try this again. Draw a card. He doesn't have, like, hexproof or anything, right?
No. If you got another way to deal with him, he'll be gone.
Nahiri.
Ah, nice.
I will go down with Tamio to tap up to 2 target non-land permanents, and they don't untap. I'm going to pick him and your Mox Opal.
That's pretty good.
Get some value. And then Nahiri is going to go down to 2, and I will exile target tapped creature. Puresteel Paladin. And that's it. I guess I could attack you for 1. I'll do that. No
15
trigger. Pass the turn. 15, you know what that means.
Untap. That's an important number for you.
It is. Of course,
you did have to go down with Nahiri, so it's
true.
A ways away.
Could have a third one.
Draw for
There
turn.
are 4 in the deck.
Flooded Strand. Crack, going to 14. Find another Prains. That should be a
Yes.
And 2
Another
mana.
one?
Here's another one.
Okay. I mean, I can do the same thing. It's going to cost me my Nahiri.
Retract.
Okay. I guess we're keeping track of storm count. So, what did you do all this turn?
Cracked for planes,
Yep.
cast Puresteel,
And then
cast
cast
Retract.
Okay. Storm 2.
So we gotta return all our artifacts.
Yep.
To these 6. Mox Opal, now let's come and play untapped.
3.
And
4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
draw 5.
Now, really, you should be playing 1, drawing 1, playing 1, drawing 1, but who cares?
Basically the same thing.
Yeah.
There's 1,
9.
draw 1. There's 1,
10.
draw 1. There's 1,
11.
draw 1. Then we go for... So we've already played a land drop.
Yes.
So let's make a blue
Yep.
and retract again.
12.
Retracting these 9.
Yep. Not that you have a choice in that matter.
No. It's got to be all of them. Mox Opal.
13. Don't get a draw off that one.
Nope. Spider Silk Net.
14.
Draw card. Spider Silk Net.
15.
Draw card. Quarter Shield.
16.
Draw card. Paradise Mantle.
17.
Draw card. Paradise Mantle.
18.
Draw card. Paradise Mantle.
19.
Draw card. Paradise Mantle.
20.
Draw card.
I swear you said that more than 4 times. 21.
Quarter Shield. Draw card. Quarter Shield.
22.
Draw card.
I'm gonna stop keeping track of storm count, because you got it if you got it.
Yeah. Spider Silk Net. Draw card. A Quarter Shield. Draw
4.
card. Bone Saw.
25.
Draw card. We're getting down there.
It's true.
Um,
This is a maze, so you can't stop if you want. If you can
why
afford
stop?
to. Yeah.
We did get another retract.
Oh my god. Okay. 25.
So I guess I should
some.
tap this for a red. So
Sure.
we have a red floating. Draw all these.
Doesn't really matter. You
Pick
have
all
the
these
coast,
up.
but
So
yeah, might as well.
Well, the coast doesn't tap for red.
It's true.
I mean, I'm replaying it, but may
Yeah.
as well. So Paradise Mantle. Draw a card. Spider Silk Net. Draw a card. There it is. Great shot.
I think it's for like 29 or 30, but it doesn't really matter because it's plenty.
I mean, it could
So,
be
you
for
got me.
a lot more.
Yeah, it could. It could. Well, you got me. That was a pretty clean sweep. And so the Puresteel deck will be returning next week, and it will either face Demigod Dredge. Let's be honest, it's probably not going to be Demigod Dredge.
Yeah.
He's probably going to take second place again. But who knows? Maybe. Red Green Tron, Merfolk, or Living End. Go in the description. The link to the vote is in the description.
Yes.
And you can leave us a comment if you want. It's not really a vote, but we like seeing comments. So
that was good.
Yeah. Anyway, that was another MTG Flashback. And we will see you on Friday with, I believe it's Patreon.
Yes.
Patreon week. So see you then, and then next Tuesday.
Bye.